All right, so today we are going to deconstruct a pretty fascinating experiment. The big question is this: can you actually build a profitable online business from scratch using AI, all for less than the price of a cup of coffee? Let's dive into this challenge and see if all the hype is for real.
I mean, you've seen it, right? The headlines, the social media posts, this whole idea of passive income, making thousands of dollars a month just from your laptop, it's absolutely everywhere. The claims are wild, promising a whole new way to work.
And that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Is this dream of just effortless online income actually a reality, or is it all just really, really clever marketing? Well, one person decided to put these claims to the ultimate test. So here's the challenge he set up. Build a profitable Shopify store using only free AI tools and a ridiculously tiny budget. The goal wasn't just to see if a store could be built, but to prove it could actually make money.
And to make it a real challenge, the rules were super strict. The total setup cost had to be under $1. The whole thing had to be done from a single laptop, and the entire store had to be up and running in less than an hour. I mean, there's zero room for error here. So, with the clock ticking, the first phase kicks off, just building the store. And this is where the AI is supposed to be the magic bullet, right? It's supposed to do all the heavy lifting, taking you from a blank page to a working e-commerce site. Okay, before we get too deep, let's do a super quick breakdown of what dropshipping even is. The key thing to remember is that you, the store owner, never ever touch the product. An order comes in, you basically pass that order to a supplier, and they ship it directly to the customer. You just pocket the difference. Simple.
So to actually pull this off, the challenge relied on this one specific free tool called Build Your Store AI. And its claim is pretty simple. It can build you a custom Shopify store, find products, and handle all that back-end work completely automatically.
All right, first big decision. What do you even sell? Now, it's really tempting to just pick a personal hobby, but the strategic choice here was sports and fitness. And this wasn't just a random guess. It's a massive market with really consistent demand, especially with younger crowds.
So the AI spits out a bunch of different options for the store's main banner. And this is such a perfect example of where you, the human, still need to step in. The banner they went with was picked specifically because it appealed to both men and women, avoiding designs that felt too niche and, well, maximizing the potential audience. And the actual setup? It was crazy fast. After making a Shopify account on their $1 intro plan, the Build Your Store AI app was installed. Literally with one click, the AI just started building the entire framework of the store, turning that promise of automation into reality in just a few minutes. Okay, so we have a storefront, but now comes maybe the most important part of this whole thing: finding products. A great-looking store is pretty useless if you don't have things people actually want to buy. And this is where a second AI tool enters the picture. And that tool is called AutoDS. Basically, its whole job is to scan the market for products that are already proven to sell well. Then it automates pretty much everything else. It sets the prices, uploads professional photos and descriptions to the store, and even fulfills the order once a sale is made. And here it is, the big moment. To get access to AutoDS, the starter plan costs 99 cents for the first month. With that one little transaction, boom, the entire $1 budget for this whole challenge is officially gone. From this point on, there's no more money for any other tools or setup. So what did the AI actually pick for the store? Well, the first batch of products was an interesting mix. There's a breathing trainer for cardio, some clips to protect your golf clubs, a classic resistance band, and a warm jogging hat. A solid, if kind of random, collection to get started with. Okay, the store's built, products are in, it's live. Now for what is, let's be honest, the hardest part: getting people to actually visit and buy something. With absolutely no budget for normal ads, the strategy had to be really creative and cheap. The plan was to use influencers, but not those huge celebrity-level influencers you're probably thinking of. No, the focus here was on micro-influencers. These are accounts with smaller, but often way more dedicated and engaged followers. The whole idea here is that their recommendations feel more authentic, more like a friend telling you about something cool. And you know what? The numbers actually back this up. Some research shows that micro-influencers can have an engagement rate that's up to 60% higher and a conversion rate 20% higher than the big macro-influencers. I mean, for a brand new store with no money, those numbers are everything. So who'd they end up going with? A duo called the Grays Brothers. They have about 145,000 followers on Instagram, and they're known for this high-energy, kind of wacky content that was just perfect for grabbing attention and felt really natural for their audience. So the store was built for $1, and now it was time to put some money into marketing. The influencers were hired for $50, the promotion went live, and after 24 hours, it was time to see what happened. So, did it actually work? Did this tiny investment pay off? And the results are in. In just the first 24 hours, the store generated $170.85 in total revenue. That was 10 sales of that breathing trainer they promoted. Hey, not bad at all. But, and this is a big but, revenue is not profit. So let's break down the math. You start with that $170 revenue. From that, you have to subtract $39.50 for the products themselves, then the $50 for the marketing, and that $1 Shopify fee. That leaves a final actual net profit of $80.35. Okay, I know what you're thinking. $80. That's not going to change your life, right? But hold on, let's really put this into perspective for a second. This profit came from a store that was built in under an hour for a total setup cost of just one single dollar, plus a $50 marketing test. And that really brings us to the big question here. Is $80 in profit a failure? Or is it a really powerful proof of concept? It shows the model actually works, even on a tiny scale. So now imagine you did this with 10 products or 20 products. Is this how a real passive income stream actually begins? That's the thought we'll leave you with.